Howdy everybody, how y'all been doing? It's been horrendously hot here on the farm the past month. It's been so hot, I would imagine the devil actually took a vacation to the sun, where it was probably cooler than it was here in Minnesota. Haven't been able to get very much done. Can't do anything when it's well in the hundreds day after day. Even to the point now where my well has started to get low because the drought has been going on for 4 months now. So between all the normal farm life and everything else that's been going on, videos have not been at the top of my agenda. But because of that, I have been looking for special deals on Marketplace and everywhere else, and I have picked up some stuff. And why don't we go ahead and take a look at what might be up and coming. Okay, so first of all, I have bought a fifth wheel hitch for my truck, so that's got to be installed. That way I can haul heavier trailers and even find myself a nice camping trailer that I can go on longer vacations with. I also picked up a nice 60-gallon air compressor for $75. I will take that one. And this one right here, kind of hard to see. This is a 30-gallon. I'll link the two together to have 90 gallons of air, so I can run basically whatever I need to. Got a couple tires for the truck, because my tires are getting low. And these are actually going to be mounted here. I bought one of those Harbor Freight type do-it-yourself tire changers, and I believe they can be done just fine here, and we're going to go ahead and experience that and see what that's like. I got a little snapper mower here that I got to put back together, get it running again. I needed something for cutting under my trees because I can't get my big John Deere rider to go under the trees as they hang too low, but this will do the job. Here is another boat that I got for free. It's a 16.5 foot fiberglass with an inboard, a 120 Mercruiser inboard. I have not decided yet exactly what I want to do with this. I have a couple options. Since my motor in my Sylvan's not the best, I can either take this motor out that runs and put it in there, or I can fix this one up, which shouldn't take too awful big of a job, and turn around and flip it and make some money off of it, which in turn would allow me to fix my boat and anything else that I need to do. Here is a set of wheels. I'm not sure if any of you guys will recognize these wheels. These are from an 05 Mustang GT. They have a pretty unique pattern to them. And I got these also for 75 bucks. And I bet you can't guess what I got these for. So why don't we take and open the barn door and look. And there's the fourth one, which is attached to my Thunderbird. And these are 17-inch wheels, and they are fairly similar in size to the factory ones that belong on here. They fit just fine with no spacers needed. I might put a slight spacer, like a 1/4 of an inch, just to push the wheel out a little bit further. It is a little bit inside the fender, but nothing outrageous. I think it looks great just like that. So I will be putting the rest on at a later date. There is one final thing that I have yet to show you. And we know the whole escapade of the Thunderbird, or Thunder Chicken, or whatever you want to call it. At this point, it's Christine, because she hates me and has tried to kill me. Has been a nightmare trying to get this engine to go free and get it so I can rebuild it. Well, I don't think I'm going to need to rebuild this engine anymore, because I dropped $350 on this. This is a 390. Sitting on my engine stand that I put together last winter. It is quite heavy of an engine, so you can see I got my jack under it, because as soon as I put the engine on here, you can see that the arms decided to bow out a little bit. 390s are extremely heavy engines. However, once I start taking parts off of it, it'll lighten it up and it won't be such a big deal anymore. And to go with this 390, I also got the matching transmission, including the build tag, 390 4-barrel. These are matched together, put together in Dearborn, when Dearborn was still building good cars. So there it is, the matching trans to go with the engine, to go in the Thunderbird. I know my barn's a mess right now because there's so many projects going on all at once. But sometimes that's just how things go. And as you probably saw, as I walked by here, there is the engine for the golf cart. And that's what this video is going to be about, is getting this engine out of the golf cart and getting it onto the stand. I didn't intend to do things in this order, but that's just unfortunately how they happened. So why don't we take and rewind and go back to the beginning of getting this motor out so we can get it on the table and get it broken down. Alrighty guys, so I think it's time to see about getting that motor out of the golf cart here. It's been sitting too long. It's been way too long since I made a video. But farm life, farm life takes priority. Things that have to get done, that normally have to get done, you can't not do them. Sometimes things like this take extra time. Would I love to make videos all the time? You betcha. Is it possible at this point? No, not yet. Not with everything that needs to be maintained here on the farm regularly, but I try. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this motor out. Now, since I have, as I have said previously, I have no experience with this. We're just kind of flying blind. I'll see what bolts have to come out, and hopefully the motor comes out, and then it can be taken care of from there, and we'll see what's actually wrong with it. But let's go ahead and get started here. Now my big toolbox is not where it needs to be. I think it is in my truck also. But we'll just have to work with what tools I do have and see what bolts have to come out. Alright, I think it looks like there's one there. I think it looks like there's 3 or 4 right down here. And yeah, I can feel, so there's 4 there. And over on this side, I don't know if I have to take this upper bracket off or not, but it's a little hard to see. But down here there are some other bolts. It's 1, 2, 3, maybe. And then there is a bolt on the very tail of the crankshaft for the motor to get rid of the drive unit on the back there. Now I can get all these bolts out. The problem is unbolting that bolt that holds this on. I don't know if that's pressed on or not. If it is pressed on, I'm going to have to use a puller to get it off. I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping I can just unbolt it. But I guess we'll see what happens when I try to unbolt it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started down here. Well, you know, there is just absolutely no good space for the camera anywhere down here. Oops. Plus, and I forgot to mention, I have my wheel spacers that I still got to put on my truck too. I had bought a set of 17s from a 2010 Ram, but after looking into it further, it really didn't fit the look I was going for. So I decided to just stick with the 16s that were on it. Put new tires on those wheels and put the spacers on there. I've been working on cleaning up the lug nuts for the new spacers too, and we'll go over that when it gets to it. There, that's a little bit better spot, a little more stable. Guess you guys are probably seasick by now. Well, let's see what we can do about getting these mounts off this side. I did get a new throttle cable. Oh, and I also ordered some blend door actuators for the charger. You might not know what that is, but what those do, what I'm having a problem with in my car is actually when I switch temperature on my controls, nothing's happening. So what's happening under the dash is that there's little motors that move doors inside the dash, inside the HVAC system in the dash. And those actuators are malfunctioning. So what I have to do is replace those. So I ordered new actuators. And that'll definitely have to be done before winter. Because it was early spring when they finally crapped out on me. And I'll tell you, when it's 40 degrees outside and you can't get nothing but ice cold air, it's a little cold in the car. And what's funny is I might not have been able to get the temperature controls in my car But the HVAC system in my truck is screwing up now too. And in the truck, it's not the temperature. It's actually the module that tells whether to put the blower on the vents or the dash or the defroster. So that needs to be fixed too now. So I got a whole lot of things to do, and they all need to be done before it snows. Alright, so I got 3 of the 4 out on this side. I'm not going to pull that 4th one out just yet because I'm not sure what's going to happen. If I pull it out, is the whole engine going to drop on that side? So what we're going to do is we're going to now move over to this side. All right. That looks like it's close. I hope you guys can see what I'm going to try to do. So I got I wonder if I should take this plate off first. Now that would give me a little bit better extra space to try to see what I can get to down there. Flex head ratchets, great for tight spaces. These are 10 millimeters. The other ones were 1/2 inch. Looks like they use both metric and standard on this engine. It's an 85, so I guess I would expect that. They were trying to do both size bolts back in the day, which was a major frustration to all of us gearheads. All right, let's get this last one off here, and I believe that's maybe not. Maybe I wasn't sure about that one there, but I guess that's still holding that one down. They just put in a recess for this bolt. Come on. Just enough grab, and there we go. All right. Top side of the mount is gone. Now let's see what we have to work with down here. All right, much more room. All right, so you see, you got this, and this here. I don't believe there's anything underneath. I don't feel anything underneath, so it must just be those 3. So let's go ahead and see about getting these out. All it takes is just a little bit of dirt to get in the threads, and your bolt that was unscrewing stops unscrewing. And you can't get it out by hand anymore. You have to still use a tool. Oh, of course, that one's too close to the plate there to be able to actually get a wrench on it. I showed you guys that before. That's a problem. That exhaust is not supposed to be loose. So I guess when I lift this engine out, we'll see exactly what's going on here. Almost got this one. Oh, come on. Oh, of course. One left. But, again, we'll leave this one in here partially because, yeah, I saw the engine move. So that means once I take this out and that one out, yeah, now you can see the engine moving back and forth. Once I take those out, I'm not going to be able to, I don't think there's going to be enough room to work with getting this clutch drive out of here. I sure wish I had a way because I'm not sure I'm going to get that off of there. I am not sure I'm going to get that off of there from where it's sitting right now. I wonder if maybe I can use the engine lift and try to unbolt it from where it is and then swing it up and over to try to get the two pulleys close enough where I can just slide the belt off. So I guess what we'll do is we'll start there because I really don't want to fight with that clutch drive if it's not going to come out in the first place. I'm going to go ahead and put a little tension here. So that's nice and tight now. Let's go ahead and get this out of here. Yeah, see, it already wants to fall back. Now, before I take this bolt out, I will say, although this engine is small and probably doesn't weigh very much, when you don't have a good hold on parts and they swing out of the way or they swing in the way, easy chance of pinching fingers, hands, or other extremities. And if it's a serious accident and there's no one around, problems can arise and people have died. So whenever you're trying to move something heavy from a car, it's got to be secured, whether by a hoist or an engine jack or support cross members, anything of that nature. Always make sure you do it carefully and methodically. That way we can try to get this out safely. So we got to change this here a little bit for you guys. So I'm holding onto the muffler, or not the muffler, I'm holding onto the exhaust pipe. Meanwhile, the bolt down there is moving. And I have tension here on the hoist, but the tension is pretty tight on that bolt, which tells me there's not enough lift on the engine yet. So see, now that I got tension on the engine, I was able to get that bolt out. All right, the next step is to get the one on the other side out. What is wrong with this? And that's always another concern, is faulty hardware. Go ahead and show you guys what's going on here. Alright, so up there in my ceiling is my chain hoist. Comes all the way down to the engine. But what's happening is this is what moves the main chain up and down. It's like a blind at home. You pull it on one way and it goes one way, you pull it on another, it goes another. What's happening is it's not staying where it's supposed to, which means the locks that are inside this are not working right. So now I have a predicament, because that means, as you can see, the chain just falls, which can cause problems. Okay, so, and now what's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and hope I got 3 arms to do this. Go ahead and hold on to the cable here while I'm holding on to the camera, while I'm trying to take out the last bolt that I can barely even see. And if I can't see it, you guys sure as heck can't see it. I can feel it. And that's probably all any of us are gonna see or feel is darkness. If I can put just enough tension on the chain that I'm holding so the engine doesn't fall back down, but still keep enough tension where I can get this bolt out of here. And it's not there yet. Oh boy. What's probably going to happen as soon as this bolt backs out is the engine's going to slide in some direction. Hopefully not towards me, because I'd like to not have to fight off getting my hand back. Again, make sure, if you're doing this at home, or you're learning about how things work, take it carefully. Make sure things are done carefully. Yep, there it goes. Alright, the engine's free. Because the last thing you want to do is get hurt. Alright, so now the engine is completely free of its mounts. And of course, the chain ball does not want to agree with me on this one. As you can see, the engine is lifting out of its cradle. But we still have a belt issue back here, but it looks like I might be able to slide the belt off the other pulley instead. So let's go ahead and move over here, and it looks, wow, yep. Get it close, just close enough is all you need. And that's exactly what I just warned about. The chain fall decided that it wanted to fall. As you can see, the stupid thing's moving all on its own because the locks aren't in place anymore for some reason. So I guess that's one thing to try to investigate further. But let's start by getting this engine out of here. Alrighty, everybody, hello. Let's try this again. And I guess this means that this hoist is not good unless it gets fixed. Alright, so the belt is off. And the engine is free. Well, now you engage. You hear that change? You guys hear that change in the tone? In the clicking? Hear that clicking? That's the locks engaging. I'd like to know why it wasn't engaging earlier. See, now the chain doesn't fall on its own. Those locks are clicking as it goes up. And that's exactly what it's supposed to do. Alright, so again, this is a small motor. So if it fell on you, it probably wouldn't kill you like a engine from a car or truck would, but you could get seriously hurt. That's why those clicks you hear of the locks engaging is keeping this engine suspended. It's not light, but it's not heavy either. So here's what's going to happen next. I need to get this engine on a bench. Oh yeah, that's a serious exhaust leak on the bottom side of it. Bolts aren't even tight. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this on a bench. Boy, I wasn't too keen on... Maybe I can just move this cart back. I didn't want to put the cart outside. Just in case God decided to end the drought. Just in case God decided to end the drought, then I bet it might get rained on. So, go ahead and get this. I think the cart should be in. Ooh. Yeah, crunch the front. Okay. Alright, a good engine hoist will hold an engine freely as long as the locks are engaged. Right now, they're engaged. I don't know why they wouldn't before. Better not forget this when I put it back together. Or it's not starting. I don't know why it didn't engage before, but it's engaged now. So let me get my table here. A little workbench here. Nothing spectacular. This actually was a cabinet out of the United Airlines plane. Way back in the day that I turned into a table. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this out of here. And we'll get the hoist out of the way. All right, guys, this is what we got to work with right here. This little nightmare This is a Robin engine model EC25-PG, 244 cc's. Now, I've already looked into replacement motors because I know being a go-kart, a golf cart from 85, it's not going to be the fastest. And maybe in the future, I will put a replacement motor, a new motor in here, maybe a Predator engine. But finding a Predator engine that's not $800 is not a cheap thing. So, what I got to start with is this. This is where we're at. It's time to take her apart and see exactly where it has failed. All right, so I know I said a couple videos ago that that video, 2 or 3 videos ago, was going to be the last video on the golf cart for a while. Obviously, it didn't turn into that. I'm still going on the golf cart. I can say with fairly certainty that there will probably only be one more disassembly video because now that it's out of the cart, I can take it apart, look at it, find out what's wrong, then I can order parts. Once I order parts and get them here, I can put this all back together, put it back in the cart, and have a running golf cart. Tires on it are already fine, don't need tires. Basically, once this is up and running, the golf cart's fine. It needs aesthetics, I mean paint and all that junk, but the problem with the cart is this, the Robin engine. I believe Robin was made by Subaru. Not 100% certain. I think it is. But anyway, next video is going to be disassembly of this engine. And we are all going to learn it at the same time because I've never done it. But it's an engine, so all that means is take apart bolts, take apart parts, and strip it down. It's as long as you have the ability to be logical and methodical in your thought process. Cars are nothing. Engines are nothing. It all goes together like a puzzle. That's why engineers build cars. It's not necessarily Joe, next door neighbor, that's building a car. Now, yeah, sometimes people are the blue bill cars. Got something in my eye. Nothing like getting it out with greasy fingers. Generally, cars are designed by engineers, and you know they're smart people. They know what they're doing. Although us car guys really despise engineers because sometimes they really screw up designs badly. But anyways, that'll be the next video. This video is a little bit long, so I'm going to be shutting it down now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and let me get this crap out of my eye without filling my eye full of grease. So yeah, go ahead, like, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making the video. And next time we are going to get this apart and see what's on the inside. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you all later.